Moving on, we have our first keynote from our lead sponsor, IBM Active Edge, on business-centric zero trust, presented by Mr. Alaa Elhao, cybersecurity consultant, Middle East and Africa from IBM. Over to you, Mr. Alaa Elhao. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Pleasure being here. Thank you for all the speakers on the last session. It was pretty insightful. And I'm sure that we'll touch upon some of the points that were raised amongst the discussion. So my name is Alaa Elhao, and I'm here to talk to you about how we can enable zero trust security with a business-centric mindset. We want to enable your business initiatives by augmenting it with cybersecurity to help it with success. The whole theme of this event is mainly around hybrid cloud and digital transformation. And this is what we're seeing across the globe. This is what we're seeing in our region, specifically in our high growth market, how forward-leaning companies, the ones that want to lead in the next era, are embracing change at an accelerated pace. We see how applications are being changed. They're becoming more modular, more containerized, how things and services are shifting to SaaS models. We're seeing how data is being shared across multiple constituents, whether these are your employees, your suppliers, partners, customers, all using different devices distributed from remote location in order to tap into value that was hidden across the data. And of course, infrastructure is changing. We're seeing hybrid multi-cloud environment. Now, why is digital transformation accelerating? It's definitely to enhance an organization's financial bottom line. We want to realize new revenue streams. We want to have quicker go-to-market schemes. And also, we want to decrease the investment costs of our traditional IT infrastructure. Now, all of this is well and fine. Everyone is looking towards digital transformation to enhance their business, but with it comes challenges, right? If we turn our heads and look into the current threat landscape that is around us, we see that the world is still continuing to grapple with a lasting pandemic. We see shifts to work from home and then back to the office again. We are seeing geopolitical changes spawning a constant drone of mistrust across organizations. We are seeing chaos all around us when it comes to the cyber realm, right? And this chaos is a main opportunity for cyber criminals to thrive in. And that is why we see metrics like the ones we're seeing on the screen, how millions of dollars are being lost for data breaches. And these metrics are increasing year over year, unfortunately. Now, if that's not already enough and we don't have our hands full, now comes in other digital transformation challenges, right? I'm not going to go through all of them, but if we take a look at it specifically, we start losing visibility with all our digital transformation initiatives. New and continuous compliance regulations get imposed on us. Our perimeter has dissolved. And of course, the threat landscape is expanding. That's to name a few, of course. We have a lot of other drawbacks, how cost is increasing, our total cost of ownership for our security investments is decreasing, and a lot of investments are being forfeited, and threats are still ongoing, right? Lots of metrics to discuss, but we've turned our ears to look and hear what our customers have to say. And we've distilled down to 4 main challenges that organizations are facing today when it comes to the cybersecurity posture plus their digital transformation initiatives. And we appreciate that each organization is, of course, unique, but certain cybersecurity challenges are widely shared. And as we started off with the hybrid cloud transformations, most of organizations need to secure their data as it has become a shared resource across different architectures. Now, how will you do that? How will you accompany for the whole life cycle of data? That is something that keeps people up at night because customers demand it, your reputation depends on it, but you still need to provide the services in a fast and secure fashion, right? Other challenges come from the secure remote workforce. How will we enable our employees and partners to work from anywhere across any device, but still maintain frictionless control who has access to what? And we've all matured to a point where we understand you cannot prevent everything. It is, of course, idle to prevent everything, but it doesn't happen. So you need the tools appropriate for you to detect if things go wrong, and of course, respond to these threats as they happen. And finally, as cybersecurity has become a board level concern and a senior executive conversation, pressure builds for security leaders to quantify, baseline, optimize their cybersecurity programs. And all of these are the challenges that we've seen, all of the challenges that we've heard from our clients. And that is why we have this approach to have security at the forefront of your business, have security be a business enabler rather than something that is bolted on after the fact, something that is undoubtedly one of the main criteria for the success of your digital transformation initiatives. With all these challenges and the promises that people are making, we've turned our heads to look into new terms. People are looking into stuff like zero trust architectures to enhance their security posture. We're turning our heads to terms like extended detection and response for better cybersecurity resilience. All of these terms are coming into for us to face the challenges that we have on our plates. But why? Why is something like zero trust one of the main important parts of today's cybersecurity architectures? Why is it actually important? Proof is in the pudding, of course. Its core principles are very coherent with the threat landscape that we have today when it comes to the main principles of establishing least privilege, not giving access to employees unless they absolutely need it to conduct their day-to-day job, and verifying continuously each and every transaction across your applications, identity, and data. And finally, and the most important part in my book, is assuming that you're always breached, assuming that you always have an attacker within your environment. And if you do just start by adopting that mindset without even having to purchase any kind of new tool, you'll gain a lot of benefits when it comes to your cybersecurity posture. But if that's not enough from a technical conceptualism, you'll find that organizations, according to research, have a cost of a breach less by 1.7 million US dollars when they have mature zero trust approaches. So if you don't want to take my word for it, technically just take the word for it financially. See what the benefits are for new zero trust approaches. And if we frame it in a business perspective, and that's what all executives want at the end of the day, if we frame it in a business perspective approach, you'd see how with zero trust, you can have faster cloud adoption. You can have more productive employees by giving them the tools they need while still maintaining secure and reducing downtime. All of this accounts for building more trust and improving customer experience in today's world where customers always demand it. Cybersecurity is no longer a niche concept. Everyone knows it and customers demand it all over the globe. And finally, of course, improved business continuity, which cybersecurity is a main pillar of. Now, we all agree, but then comes a more important question of where do we start, right? We have all of these architectures, all of these paradigms that have been created to give us a flavor on how to actually do zero trust, which is a lot philosophical and conceptual, right? We have the domain-centric approach, which focuses on putting and wrapping security around each and every security domain, whether it's identity, network, data, or even endpoints and applications. There are other approaches like technology-centric approach, and this is where people fall in the gaps more often than not, where certain technology solutions get cited as the zero trust solution. Something like micro-segmentation, extremely important. Something like SASE, zero trust network access. Each and every part of this is indeed a main pillar of zero trust, but what about the rest? And comes in also strategic centric approaches that focuses on governance, focus on identifying gaps by doing risk assessments, and doing best practices from the industry. And these are all great approaches, but IBM have thought about this from the business perspective and has created business-centric zero trust business initiative to enable security to have security be as an enabler rather than something that is bolted on. Now, to give you an example of what kind of business centricity we are looking at, we're looking at exact business use cases, something like an organization that wants to preserve its customers' privacy, something like reducing the risk of insider threats for financial institutions, a business initiative that might be to secure a hybrid workforce and enable your employees to work from anywhere. And finally, and the one that we are discussing here today, is protecting your hybrid cloud. All of these are business initiatives from an executive perspective. Now, what we as IBM has took an approach to do in a pragmatic fashion is take this business initiative and start even breaking down more. So what does it look like? What am I speaking about here? So for the hybrid cloud use case, we want to take it and even break it down further. So are you trying to modernize your applications? Do you want to start migrating your workloads from on-prem to your public cloud or across clouds? You want to modernize certain data platforms? Extremely fine. We can take this use case and then start seeing both tools and processes that are from both IBM and third party and map them into the zero trust concepts. And this way you have security being considered from day one. You have great chances of securing your business initiatives and finalizing it on time. And again, we augment that by both IBM and third-party solutions and services to give you the architecture that you can have to enable business initiatives across your organizations. Now, to bring it all together, IBM has a lot of solutions for you when it comes to business centricity that are powered by tools ranging across all cybersecurity domains, both data domains, identity, threat management, extended detection and response, fraud management, and the biggest cybersecurity ecosystem that you can see in the market today. And all of this is also layered with cybersecurity expertise, consulting and managed service expertise from around the globe. We all appreciate that the journey is hard, so please feel free to get in touch with us. Attend one of our cybersecurity zero trust garages where we do co-creation with our customers free of charge to help them across their hybrid cloud journey and of course their zero trust journey. Thank you for your attendance, and please do let me know if you have any questions along the board. Thank you.
I request all to visit ActiveEdge IBM booth and explore what they can do for you. Thank you, Mr. Alaa, for your valuable insights and thoughts that you have shared with us today. Do enjoy the rest of your day.